It's Lashkar-e-Taiba. Place a cell in Pakistan and India. All right, look at the flow chart here and ask you, is this a playable non-U.S. event? Yes. Does the event recruiter play cells? Yes. Does the track have a cell? Yes, it does. So we're going to place both of these per the event. One in Pakistan, one in India. So here we go. This is rapidly getting ugly. Lots and lots of cells on board. India is not marked with posture, so we do have to test it. 1 through 4, it's soft. 5 or 6, it's hard. And it's going to go soft. So now there's too soft, too hard. So the world GWAT marker is now in the even space, 0. So if it slides one more to the left, then we're going to have a negative modifier for War of Ideas, which is not a good thing. And the card marker moves over, and we discard it. We go with our second card, and that is going to be Morotox. Okay, this is a U.S. event, so we have to look, is it a playable U.S. event? Yes, it is. There's no precondition. So they're going to plot with this. So we'll go ahead and plot with one op. According to the flow chart, there's nobody in the U.S., so we skip that. Prestige low, no. Abu Sayyaf in play, no. Countries with troops. Yes, there are cells in countries with troops. So the only place where that condition is met is Afghanistan. So they're going to make a number of rolls equal to the op value spent. This is a 1-op card, so they're going to roll 1 die. And they have to roll against the governance rating of the target country. In this case, a 1 or a 2 in Afghanistan will place the plot marker. So here comes the roll. It's a 5, and it fails. There's no cost for failure. It doesn't kill any cells or anything, but it does mark the cell as active. If the cell that attempted the plot was a sleeper, it would be flipped over. But in this case, they're all marked active, so there's no additional effect for us. And it's back over to us for our first card. Well, now we have some choices here, and these are good choices too. Tell you what, we're going to go ahead. I got all these 1 cards. Let's go ahead and do this. We're going to spend, we're going to use sanctions for 1-op, and we're going to use Adam. We're going to put that into reserves. So let's just do that. Then for our second card, we're going to use Adam Gadan. The precondition of the card is not going to have any effect, so we can safely play it. Its precondition is not met. So we play that for 1-op and draw from our reserves. So this effectively becomes a 2-op card play. Discard both of those, and we're going to use those 2 ops to disrupt cells in Afghanistan. Here's what disruption does. In order to do anything in Afghanistan, we have to play a 2-op card. The card play, the op value of the cards played is determined by the governance of the target country for the U.S. So whenever the U.S. wants to do something in a poor country, they have to play a 3-op card. Whenever they want to do something in a good country, a 1-op card will work. If they want to do something in a fair country, it takes 2 ops. So here in Afghanistan, we had to play a 2-op card, and since I had all those 1s, I decided to go ahead and do it that particular way. So we're going to use those 2 ops to disrupt. When you disrupt in a country that has troops, 2 cells are, if they're active, they are removed back to the funding track. So we're going to select those, and we're going to send them back to the funding track. There we go. And that has an additional effect. Whenever you disrupt cells in a country that has troops, your prestige climbs by 1. So our prestige is back to medium. And that's it for our play. There's no plots to resolve, so back over to the jihadist action phase. How many cards they got left? I got 1. Yeah, I think I screwed something up. I think I maybe played 3 cards for them at one point. I'm trying to do too many things at once here with this. So this looks like this will be the end of the turn for them. So here's card number 1. Flip it. Oh, crap. This is bad. Abu Ghraib. Play if any cells are in a regime change country. This is bad. The jihadists are going to draw 2 cards. So here we go. Drawing them and placing them on the top of their stack. Then -2 U.S. prestige. So we took 1 step forward and 2 steps back. I hate this card. Shift an ally to neutral. All right. Well, whenever you shift an ally to neutral, it's going to be either Gulf states, Saudi, or Afghanistan. One of those 3. So hold on just a second here. I believe, seems like there was some kind of priority for that. I'm looking at the chart here. Give me just a second. Yep, there it is. It's under the minor jihad line. The line on the flowchart where it says where, on the bottom half of the flowchart page, the line that says minor jihad, it says or shift governance and or alignment. So you're going to shift the alignment of a good country, then fair countries. Okay, we have two fair countries, Afghanistan and Gulf states. All right, so we have to break the tie between those. The tiebreaker for these priorities, we're going to use the minor jihad priorities, is Pakistan first. Actually, Pakistan is among those. Pakistan's fair. So, yeah, we have three countries to break the tie amongst, and the top priority is Pakistan. So Pakistan's going to go adversary, which bodes ill for us. There we go. Wow. No, wait, the card says ally. No, the card says ally. Okay, my bad. Shoot. I was thinking, man, I really don't want that to shift to adversary. All right, so it's going to be Afghanistan or Gulf states. So the next tiebreaker is aid. Neither country has aid. Besieged regime. Nope. Highest resource. So it's going to be Gulf states. So Gulf states goes neutral. All right. Drat. Well, that's not terribly bad. We can maintain our troops there. It's just that if we deploy them out, we can't get them back. And thankfully, this card is removed out of play. God, I hate that card. Seems like every time I play, the jihadists get that thing and just rake me over the coals with it. So next card comes up, and it's Fatah. Great. Fatah. All right, this is a playable jihadist event, so this event is going to trigger. This is another really nasty event. If you're ever the jihadist player, if you get the opportunity to play this card, you can really ruin the U.S.'s day with it. Fatah is going to put a marker here that it's going to prevent any disruption in Pakistan unless it's a regime change. So that's just really bad. The only way to get rid of it is Pakistani offensive, and also the presence of Fatah, these tribal areas here in Pakistan, means we can't kill bin Laden. So even though we got rid of the Islamist rule regime, if the bin Laden card should find its way into our hand, it would be unplayable. So Fatah is a nasty, nasty event. Let's back over to us. Well, let's go ahead and get our prestige up again, I guess. We're going to play Anbar Awakening. It's a good event to play, but the precondition is not met. We don't have troops in Iraq or Syria, nor could we get them there at present. They're both adversary countries. So we're going to go ahead and use the 2 ops and disrupt 2 cells out of Afghanistan. So those are going to go back to the funding track. And our prestige will climb upwards, back up to 5. There we go. And we'll discard that card. And for our second card play, I may regret the way I did this, because if they plot anything, we're not going to be able to block any plots. Biometrics. It's a 1-op card. What can you do with a 1-op card, you might be asking? Well, we could put it in reserves and use it with Uyghur Jihad. But I prefer not to play Uyghur Jihad. I don't want to test China just yet. So I'd like to just hang on to that. The U.S. can always hold 1 card. Or discard 1 card to prevent the event from triggering. And so I might just do that with Uyghur Jihad. The other thing I can do with a 1-op card is I could do something in a good country. So we have a cell in India, I could disrupt it. It wouldn't give me any prestige, but if I were to disrupt it, it would go active versus sleeper. The other thing I could do with it is I could wage war of ideas in India. Now, India is a non-Muslim country. Why would I want to wage war of ideas there? Because if you wage war of ideas in a non-Muslim country, then you get to roll for its posture. And if the posture shifts in your favor, in other words, if India were to go hard in our present circumstances, because the U.S. is hard, then I would get 1 prestige. So I got a 30% chance of picking up some prestige here, so why not take a stab at it? So let's go ahead and dice for India. Hey, there you go. We rolled a 6. India is going to go hard. And that's going to have the advantage of giving us both prestige, and it's going to cause the world hard marker to shift 2 spaces. The net change is 2. So we're going to have some definite improvement on the GWAT track. And I'm just going to look at the tool to make sure. Yeah, I wish I could get it into the 3 box because that would give us one